Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome one, and welcome all, and welcome back to the One Hub Pinnacle tier. We're here tonight for the ERT Barcelona Grand Prix of Spain around the Circuit of Barcelona, Catalonia in Montemelo, Barcelona, Catalan. We're here tonight for another fantastic qualifying session. There will be 14 here, as we do believe Legend is joining us at some point. But there's currently two guys on the intermediate tyres, so we'll keep an eye out for them for a possible track hazard. But it will be an interesting race as ever. If you haven't been keeping up, it is Montana who's leading the championship with 87 points, and I am joined alongside the One Hub expert himself, Jamie. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good. Looking forward to this. Obviously, yeah, it should be a good one, and yeah, the championship has been interesting. And, oh, Montana, you say, it's probably got one hand on the championship, but anything can happen. So yeah, if Spain's a track which I don't think is that popular amongst the drivers, so we may see a few guys swing a surprise or two tonight.
Yeah, I did see a couple of not happy campers seeing it was Spain, but Samba is surely a bit of a happy camper because he is on pole by what is now currently 10.9 seconds. I have a feeling that'll be beaten as Chalkers beats it on the mediums, in fact.
Yeah, good luck. And Khalifa in third place on the inners, and Henry is in great form in the moment. Obviously, he's our man who, last week we had that controversial, well, maybe it wasn't a controversial finish because it was decided it was no further action. So, I think the stewards probably realised that Henry maybe shouldn't have been so close to the back of Montana, and that's why it became a no further action.
Yeah, they were toying for the DRS, I believe. I believe that's what was the verdict on that one. As you can see, though, the man currently in second in the championship, Shizou Tom, is no longer Shizou Tom. He's just Tom Robbo because I believe he's left Shizou. But the Williamsman was on pole in China, but his race went not very well indeed.
No, it was a race we had to take advantage because his teammate Montana obviously had the engine penalty, and tonight we have no drive taking engine penalty. So next week in Brazil, we'll see the likes of Tom Robbo to take the engine penalty. So yeah, it was a missed opportunity for him. He just made everybody apart from Montana just made mistakes, and even Montana didn't really show that strong a pace until like the last two laps where he just came alive. So yeah, it was a missed opportunity for Montana's rivals, and Montana must have been having the time of his life winning the race and having his engine shop out of the way. So he just goes from better and better for him. Yeah, Williams have already got one hand of constructors, and Montana is looking to secure Drivers' Championship a couple of rounds early, I presume.
Yeah, Montana had a great race in China. He came from 16th to first, but it wasn't enough to win your driver of the day, fans. And the driver of the day went to Samba, who's currently third and set us off. So we'll look at Tom Robbo entering the 14-15 chicane. Very controversial corner amongst F1 fans, but Tom Robbo navigates it well across the line. Can he beat the 16.3 of pole? He beats it by almost a second. That's a 15.4. And a really good lap by Tom Robbo. His teammate has invalidated his next run, meaning Montana will not. And there is Nick with a cheeky little pit cut, and we'll pretend we didn't see it. That is still a lot of laps to go, because the man at 6, Henry, is 11 seconds off the pace, so we still have a lot of competitive times to go.
Yeah, we have a lot. Yeah, there's only two hands yet, and obviously Spain's a track where tyres dominate the debate. The soft tyres, they're good for about 8 laps, so if you want to do the soft being soft is a workable strategy, but you have to go extremely long on the mediums, and in qualifying, one of these guys on the inters just want to save tyres for the race, because with such a small grid as well, I'm just thinking just tactically, I think you guys maybe wish they used their engine swap tonight. Looking how small the field is, I bet a few guys kicking themselves that obviously that option closes the day before the race. So yeah, I think a few guys may be wishing they could do the engine swaps now, but it's too late for them.
Yeah, I think another thing that probably influenced that decision was the fact that this isn't an easy track to overtake around. It is quite difficult if you get yourself in a bit of a DRS train. That was probably another thing that influenced it. But yeah, very small field tonight. Lots of opportunities for drivers, such as maybe Robin West, Nick will get himself, because in fact, as it stands now, only one of these guys won't score points. Everybody else will. So it's basically, if you finish, you'll probably end up scoring something, which the drivers, I'm sure, tonight will be happy of.
obviously Nick, yeah, he got his point last week, but I think he had a bit of damage. He said he was a bit annoyed because he felt he could have got a top 10 finish, and yeah, this is the opportunity Nick needs. He had a really good qualifying, an impressive qualifying lap, but the fact the guys that back short too made meant for that. It was yeah, Tom Robbo. I'd say he's done good for him so far. And Montana, well, what's his game plan here? He's doing 1 minute 32 on softs. Is it Tom Montana just going to try and qualify outside the top 10 as Legend does join, so he'll be in the race at the back of the grid? So, you know, what is Montana's game plan here? This is quite intriguing. Did he just make a mistake on his first lap, or is he just trying to qualify near the back of the grid? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I know he didn't validate his second lap, but oh, Legend's gone again. That's a bit unfortunate. But he's on an out lap now, so we'll stick with him and see can he do a push lap. Of course, Williams have a nice little bit of history around the Circuit of Barcelona, Catalonia. Do you remember a certain Venezuelan? That's all I shall say. We'll go more in depth in that later, because here comes Montana, rounding turn number 16 to see what he can do here in qualifying. It's currently his teammate Tom Robbo on pole with a 15.4. Miles clear of Mane in second. Mane in second is a really good performance so far. Here comes Montana. You know, that car's not looking on rails like it has been. There is an Alpine slow.
It's J. Cole, I believe, because Larkin's not here. J. Cole third in championship. Shout out to him. He's having a really strong season.
He is, and he's actually the only man in the top 5 to not have a nice taste of podium champagne. I have an interview up beside him. We'll run it through in one of the more boring sections of qualifying. But here comes Montana entering the very difficult 7 and 8 into the almost equal difficulty of turn number 9. Bit of slipstream from his teammate in front. That's quite peculiar considering they're battling for a championship. Tom Robbo doing the team a favour. Montana is currently 7 seconds up on his lap, which is very good to see. There goes Robin West. He's gone to third on the grid. His first lap was on the intermediate compounded tyres, so that was the issue there. He's gone up to third, about a second off pole. Here comes Montana. He's definitely pushing for the pole. That was very smooth through the final sector. Here comes the Swissman across the line. This is surely pole position. It absolutely is pole position. A 1:15.1 for the Swissman. Bit of slipstream from his teammate. I wonder, will he return the favour? That's the important thing here. A couple of more of the soft runner guys at the back. Better set a lap. Here comes Lakitu across the line for Alfa Romeo. He will put his Alfa Romeo up to third in the grid. Very good result for Lakitu. Not had the season he wants so far. He's moved to no racing line, but that's a decent result. Conzo has gone very under the radar so far this season. He is currently 8th in the championship with 28 points, but it's not really a showing because he had that fantastic result in Abu Dhabi. He's been on the pace, but it's been very on and off in terms of the results for Conzo. Here he is into the final sector, on board with the AlphaTauri, the number 28. Of course, we do have the task telemetry system, which you can check out. I believe there's a command for it, but I still don't know it. I think it's !help. And
Conzo backs out.
Yeah, he's back off his lap. We hop straight away over to Nick. We had a quiet section of qualifying, but it's definitely kicking off now. Nick is going to have to avoid the McLaren of Matt. Matt pulls out of the way very nicely indeed. Samba has jumped up to third on the mediums. And that's Henry to fourth on the mediums as well. Henry and his teammate on Wyatt have been very, very similar on pace. But no Owen here tonight, only Henry, so he gets a free run. And being Alfa Romeo's top boy. Here comes Nick, rounding turn number 12 into 13. It's not been too shabby this for Nick. He in the hot and cold section of media day, he was the Pinnacle tier driver put as cold. I wouldn't say I agree with that one, because he did get his first points last week in China, but I don't pick it. And there goes Nick to prove the media team wrong, and goes to 8th spot on the grid.
Yeah, only a thousandth off J. Cole there, so good luck by Nick. And Tom Robbo did improve on his lap there by a 10th, so he's 10th and a half behind his team at Montana. And Tom Robbo did get slipstream from Montana, not in the greatest place slipstream though. It was in between turn 2 and turn 3. He didn't get as much help as Montana did, and Montana got it down DRS straight. So Tom did get some advantage, and that's why he's got the fastest first sector time. So yeah, so Tom Robbo, as he runs to the back of Henry there. What happened there? Just was on board with Tom Robbo.
Oh, 5th place, good drop for Henry.
Yeah, Henry wasn't on the Henry was off the racing line, I believe, and Tom Roberts just drove in the back of him.
That might be under investigation by the stewards committee after, but we're on board with Chalkers. As that's unlucky for Henry, because he's 4th in the mediums. Really good starting position. Currently ahead of Lakitu. Here comes Chalkers, rounding turn number 9. Very, very smooth through there. You don't normally see a car be as smooth through that section as Chalkers was. Enters turn number 10. Of course, this is completely changed now in real life and will be changed for next season.
Much more flowing in that corner now, and there's the talk of maybe in 2023 maybe this chicane going, which I think the drivers will be ecstatic if that happens. But Chalk's a nice run through there. He comes into the pits, so he's aborted the lap.
Wants to start in the mediums maybe. Legend is out on track for Ferrari. Legend has had a dip in performance since Belgium. He's currently 4th in the drivers' standings with 48 points. This is the first time he's been lower than the top 3. Obviously, that's excluding round 1, because round 1 is really just your round 1 result, and he didn't finish. But J. Cole sneaking up there into 3rd. Oh, Legend made a mistake. We were talking about consistency. That is a big mistake there, but J. Cole is currently 7th. J. Cole did say in an interview, I have it up here on my laptop beside me, that, hold on 1 second, we'll get it back now. He did say that he found himself just being the smooth and steady runner. He found himself being very, very consistent, not really getting the podium. Said he would like to get on the podium at some point in this season. So J. Cole with a bit of ambition, which is good to see. It's always good to see drivers have ambition. Chalkers, though, I have to say, I had a little bit of a giggle reading his interview last week. The question was, did you deviate from your starting strategy, and did it benefit you? And he replied with, I didn't even make it to the pits. So got a bit of a giggle out of that one, I did.
Yeah. He retired on that one, I believe. Chalkers, he's not having the best of seasons. He's just getting, obviously, ironically, he cost his teammate a chance of winning Spa, and there's a Samba on that medium tyres. That is an impressive lap time, and if he does lap on the softs, he can definitely threaten them Williams, who are well ahead of the rest of the field. There's obviously the guys in 3rd and 4th have done the laps in medium, so they're all a bit closer, but these top 4, they've got a huge gap to the cars behind. We've not really seen this season. Qualifying's normally been quite close, but the Williams guys have certainly found some pace in the midweek.
It's almost like a lap of honour at the moment. The only man who was out on track until a couple moments ago was the Swiss Championship leader, the fierce and mighty Montana. So he has others on track with him now, as Samba. He's satisfied with that medium lap. He won't be going again. Neither will Tom Robbo. So that's interesting, because Tom's on the softs.
Are they saving? I wonder if they're saving tyres for the race. I wonder if.
Wonder is that what the inter-runners maybe were doing?
Yeah, because obviously tyre wear around is going to be very critical, and the soft, medium, soft strategy is viable, but it's very marginal, and you need to be on. You need to have fresh sets really to make it workable. And these guys, I'm quite surprised because what I would have done there, I know I'd have come out. I'd have just not come out the first part of the course. I'd have come out the last 2 because the track's going to river up, and Montana might be able to break the 14s here, but he did get a massive tow with his teammate last lap, so he may not be as quick in the middle sector, but the first 2 sectors he may be able to improve, and he's going to start his lap now.
Here he comes,
nice and early.
Down towards turn 1 for Montana, downshifting, getting the car rotated in nicely. You can take a bit of curve there, but if you take a bit too much, you'll find your car facing the opposite way. On board with the Williams man as he's in 7th gear, heading down towards turn number 4. Absolutely on the limit through there. You can very easily run wide there, kick up a bit of gravel, and be on your merry way back to the pit lane through 5. Have to watch for the invalidation on the outside, but there's no mistakes so far really from the mighty NSX Montana through 7, through 8. That's normally a very difficult corner for the drivers, and so is turn number 9. This one, if you can keep your foot pinned to the floor, you'll be on for a very good lap. Montana, I believe, is just about into turn 10, braking just after the 100-metre board. You have to absolutely try slam on the brakes to get it stopped and rotated. This is a very tricky corner. It is flat out, but it is very tricky if you touch that inside curb. Heading down towards 13. Snap of oversteer from Montana. Avoid the big yellow sausage curbs on all apart from the last one. You can bump over it and get yourself round 16. This has been a very nice lap, and I do not think this one's going to be beaten for pole position. If it is even an improvement, it is by a tenth of a second. It's a 15 flat for NSX Montana, and surely that's pole position.
Yeah, managed in the gravel. He made a bit of a mistake in his lap. Yeah, Montana, he maybe could have, without that bit of snap oversteer, I think he could have been the 14. So yeah, that is a dominant lap time. And Lakitu is up on his time, so Lakitu may fancy third place in the grid here. He's not going to get anywhere near close to the top two.
Oh, Robin West has gone to fourth. Robin has gone to fourth. What about Lakitu? He goes to third. That's a very nice lap. That's the best he could do today. To be behind the two Williamses.
J. Cole's with a decent lap. J. Cole's improving. J. Cole may fancy a run at that third place because Henry stayed in the pit, so he'll be starting on the mediums. Got a few guys in the top 10 starting on the medium set tyres. How's J. Cole going to tackle this chicane? Looking quite good. Not taking as much curve as Montana did. Montana's got a lot of confidence, more than J. Cole, so J. Cole's across the line now. Can he go to third place? It's going to be tight for Lakitu.
No, fifth. It's fifth. It is an improvement. It's 4/10 of an improvement, but it is fifth. As that's Legend. Oh, he's pulled it out of the bag. It's the Ferrari man. He's pulled it out of the bag, and it seems like everybody's just battling for third on the grid here because Legend has absolutely pulled that one. And Chalkers has gone up to sixth. He wants to survive lap one. He certainly survived the fantastic lap there. That is a great effort. We'll see what Nick can do here. Nick is currently up on a time. He's a best first sector, not a best middle, but very close to the middle he had. It was only a couple of hundredths. Here comes Nick round the final quarter. Can he bump himself into the top 10? He can. It's 10th for Nick. What could Conso? Can he break that mould? He'll be starting on the mediums if he can. He's currently on the set of mediums, rounding the final two chicanes. Oh, it's not very confident through there for Conso, but this could still be a fairly decent run. He is green in both his sectors. Here comes Conso across the line. Can he steal Nick's glory? No, he cannot. He'll only be 13th. For Conso, and Montana has absolutely stormed that one to pole, so much so we weren't even focusing on the battle for pole at the end of the session. Montana has taken another pole and will start on pole position for the ERT Barcelona Grand Prix.
Yeah, good lap there. Montana obviously ending the pole streak by Henry of 2. Obviously Henry starting the mediums. Got Henry and Samba inside the top 10 starting on mediums. And yeah, the Williams guys back to normal. But you have to say decent good lap by Legend. Obviously his preparation was affected by the issues in joining the session lobby, but to get third in the grid is a pretty good save. And Legend, he needs a big result tonight to stay in the championship hunt because he's nearly 40 points behind Montana. So it's just the last two races, a 12th and a 10th place. He was looking good before then, but you have to say Legend, this is championship over, but he could still fight for maybe a top 3 finish with J. Cole, so that is good news for him as Nick in the top 10. Did you want to start in the top 10 though? I think he would have preferred starting 11th for me.
Personally, I think he would, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. In terms of, well, we will make a lot of a difference in the strategy. Ignore what I just said. But just remember, Legend will be starting second because Tom Robbo has just got a 5-place grid penalty. We thought it was only Henry that got one, but Tom Robbo got one as well. So it will be Legend alongside Montana into turn 1. Montana starts on pole. It was qualifying for second for Tom Robbo, but he won't start there. Legend qualified third ahead of Lakitu, Samba, Chalkers, J. Cole, Robin, Henry, Nick. It is an ERT 6, 8, 9, 10. Mane in 11th. Khalifa in 12th, Conzo 13th, and the Matter in 14th. And we don't have to scroll down because there's only 14 here tonight. But Tom Robbo will start further down the grid than he would have liked. That's probably why he didn't go out again, because he felt like he couldn't improve. But very, very exciting qualifying. Let us know what you do think down below. But as per tradition, Jamie is going to run you through our fantastic sponsors.
Yeah, before I mention that, I'll quickly mention I think Tom Robbo will start in 7th place and Henry was at the back of the grid, so the guy starting on pole last 2 races will start from the back. But yeah, our sponsors, Next Level Racing, obviously sponsor our league by providing our prizes. Pure Sim Gear are sponsoring the league by providing a pair of their sim racing gloves to the driver with the most combined poles and fastest laps during the season. Our partners are Verspatine, who are sponsoring our championship prizes. We're also partnered by ERT, who are partnering the ERT Going Gets Tough award and supplying our league trophies. Also, we're partnered by SimGrid, who run our back and officer league, the sign-ups, the results, the championship points, everything we do. Mainly it's through SimGrid now, and they have been a great partner these past couple of seasons. And yeah, there's our sponsors. It's going to be a dry race, so yeah, the rain isn't going to appear in Spain tonight.
No rain in Spain. Will there be pain in Spain for some of these drivers? Circuit of Barcelona, Catalunya in Montemelo is our host for tonight's fantastic One Hub Pinnacle tier, round number 6. It's been a fascinating season so far, and it's only going to get better. The man on pole, the Swissman, NSX Montana, leads the championship by 87 points. The Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya not only hosts the ERT Barcelona race, it also hosts, of course, the Spanish Grand Prix and the Catalan Grand Prix for you MotoGP fans. 2020 was the first time since 2009 that the Spanish Grand Prix was held in August. It's normally held in May. It's the 13th of May, apologies, right now, meaning we will be keeping up with the local traditions. The 1993 podium had 14 World Drivers' Championships on it, ladies and gentlemen. That belonged to Alain Prost, Ayrton Senna, and the great Michael Schumacher. Max Verstappen, though, of course, a world champion now himself, won his first race here in 2016, and a man who unfortunately couldn't win a world championship won his first race here for Williams Racing. Pastor Maldonado, the second Venezuelan to score points, the only Venezuelan to be on the podium. The other Venezuelan was Johnny Cecotto. Speaking of scoring your first point, Leila Lombardi, the only woman to score a top 6 finish in Formula 1, got a half a point for an early ending race around the Montjuic circuit in Barcelona. It wasn't here, it was over there, the very dangerous circuit that one was, back in 1975. But the tyre choices is our most important thing right now, and it's a fairly simple one. It is mediums for 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th, and Samba, it is softs for everybody else. And as quick as that, we're lining up on the grid here in Montemelo.
No huge surprise for the tyres there, outside top 10, and also mentioned it was 10 years to the day Maldonado won his race.
It is, that's what it's a nice little tribute. If Williams could win here today, it would be a very, very nice little tribute. If Montana could...
That was a pretty eventful day in sport overall, so yeah, hopefully...
I remember back then, I was very young, looking on an iPod on the F1 app and being like, how did Maldonado win? But we all know the story now. There's a, oh hell, Johnny Cecotto comment. Yeah, he lived up to the Venezuelan Formula 1 attributes. But here we go, we're lining up in Spain for lights out. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. We go racing in Barcelona. That's a really, really quick launch by the Dutchman of Legend Rosenberg. It's an even quicker launch for the Williams at Tom Robbo. Oh, there's a big crash at the back. It's Henry, who's already lost his front wing. Look at Lakitu in that Ferrari-powered Alfa Romeo. Goes around the outside of the Ferrari-powered Ferrari. And Samba has got past his teammate Chalkers on the medium compounded tyres. That could be a crucial move, as look at Montana already leads by 7/10 of a second as we're only heading down towards turn number 4. The two Red Bulls are getting right at it as Robin West goes round the outside of Tom Robbo. He's pushed him onto the grass. Robin's got to have none of that. Got to be a very, very angry man in that AlphaTauri monocoque as he tries to just defend his position from third in the championship. J. Cole backs out of that one. He's not going to lose a wing. Look at that gap at the front. It's 1 second between Montana and Lakitu, the no-line runner, the man who's just getting back up to form this season, leads us ahead of Legend Rosenberg, the fierce fast Dutchman, as we enter turn number 10. Legend looks for the move as Legend's driver currently has no helmet. That might be breaking some one-hub safety regulations, but sure luck will continue in it as Legend is trying to push past Lakitu, almost losing the rear to it. Really excellent lap 1 for Montana, leading by 1.2 seconds.
Yeah, it's a bit scary to see Legend as Lakitu's got a bit leery on the final corner. Legend has
got to be under a lot of pressure here as that's Chalkers. Oh, what's happened Samba? Has he lost the front wing? We have a task telemetry system, of course, thanks to them. There is a lot of damage, especially for Khalifa on that lap 1. As down the inside goes the Ferrari-man. The Alfa Romeo, though, absolute mighty defending to just keep his Alfa Romeo ahead. And now the Ferrari-man has the inside. He'll get it into turn number 4. The Ferrari-man's definitely ahead here as he can brake later. The Alfa Romeo's going to try swing it round the outside, but no, just a loss of grip due to the rubber on that side of the track. There's a lot of damage on lap 1, especially for the Matter and for Khalifa. There was a big crash between the two ERT men on lap 1. All can continue though. The only thing breaking was their front wings. Hopefully their pace has stayed intact. Very interesting lap number 1 here though, as we'll get the movers on the screen. Here they are now. The biggest mover so far is Robin West and Tom Robbo. The biggest loser, ERT Samba and ERT Khalifa.
Lakitu spun it! Sorry, Lakitu
Oh,
spun it!
Lakitu round! Oh, no, that's not good for the Alfa Romeo man. It's such a fast, fierce start, such a good qualifying, and it's all unfortunately been spun round into these Spanish gravel traps. It's normally the beaches. Oh, Chalkers as well! Oh, no. Chalkers as well. That's really unlucky for ERT, Chalkers and Lakitu, but they've both made mistakes. It's the Spanish beaches you want to visit, not the Spanish gravel traps.
Oh, his tyres over it.
It's all over the shop there for them too. That's really, really unfortunate as Tom Robbo finds himself back onto the podium already as he's overtaken Samba. Samba's really struggling. Don't know what's happened here, but him and his teammate Chalkers have both not had the best of end of lap 2, start of lap 3, because Robin West in the AlphaTauri powered... No, not the AlphaTauri powered car, the Red Bull Powertrains powered AlphaTauri, that's a mouthful to say, is currently pressuring Samba. But look at this lead from Montana. It's a championship drive already and we're on lap 3 of 33.
Yeah, the sector 3 clips very infamous here, and it's just, wow, it's just shows you how deadly they are. The guys making all sorts of mistakes. I don't show up in the start there at the back. I looked at the back and they all collided before they left the starting grid. I don't know what happened there. A bit weird. You have to wait and see what happens there later on. But yeah, Samba is struggling, and this is great news.
Oh, mistake from Robin West though as well. He's struggling now a little bit as he's under pressure from third in the championship. Mr. Consistent, J. Cole, the AlphaTauri team, not AlphaTauri. He's an Alpine. The Alpine team.
Yeah, looks similar. Yeah.
No, don't try cover me for that one. It's very clearly an Alpine. But the Alpine team, we're having a bit of a discussion in the public chat, saying they're very happy with the performances so far. They could be even happier if J. Cole can get a run on Robin West. Got to be the outside. There's going to be absolutely no need for that famous Sebastian Vettel dummy we seen back in 2017. J. Cole easily through to attack Samba.
Yeah, Lakitu and Matt came in the pits to change tyres because their softs have been gone after them spins, so they have a bit of compromise strategy. And I think these front runners in the softs, they'll be thinking about pitting the next 2 or 3 laps. We'll wait and see. As Samba, I think he's just got to try. If the softs will be quick at this stage, so he's in a decent position, but he just needs to keep it calm as J. Cole. Look at the gap to the wobbling already. J. Cole, he's not a qualifying man, but his race pace is so much quicker in the race than the qualifying. If he can qualify a bit higher up, he can definitely get a few podiums this season. And who knows, maybe tonight, because he's almost out of Robin's DRS already.
Robin is really struggling because he's man A right behind him on the medium compounded tyres. Robin is all over the place. He's going to be thinking of a very early pit stop here, the AlphaTauri man. We have his tyre wear.
Oh, it's Nick. Nick spun it in
the
curves,
no, Nick.
Sector 3.
Oh, it's that corner again. We're all struggling.
Yeah, well, I spun there.
Tom Robbo's in. So is Robin West.
A little bit better, at least. Yeah, they're coming in.
Yeah, they both had very shredded tyres. Robin West has run 40% already. They are both in for the early pit stop. It is a mandatory 2-stop if this is your first time watching One Hub Racing. It is a mandatory 2-stop for all drivers here this evening. And Montana will probably not be too thankful for that, because if it was a 1-stop, he would be covered, as he's pulled a right gap on Legend. And Legend has pulled a right gap on Samba, but I won't lie, Legend's driver not having any helmet is sort of creeping me out now.
Yeah, it'd be very quite. Be getting a bit of chill, I think. It won't be.
You need a nice warm shower when he goes home, that's for sure.
Yeah, if he pitted now for softs, I don't think he'd be able to do a double soft unless a safety car, I guess. So them guys are committed to 2 sets of mediums. Legend, he's keeping up with Montana's pace though. Montana, after that first lap, the gap sort of stayed stagnant. So yeah, he's doing a solid job as Mane is closing back of J. Cole. I think J. Cole's soft's starting to go. I think J. Cole may be in this lap, because I think these softs are starting to die off as Samba is starting to close the gap to leaders. So yeah, these soft guys. Yeah,
we can definitely see Mane. He had a bit of an unlucky qualifying. He was very up there at the start. That's Montana actually into the pit lane, and that is Legend into the pit lane as well, and that is J. Cole into the pit lane. And Nick would I be with a guess here saying that Nick will also join them in the pit lane here on lap number 6?
The right sort of pit.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Nick is the owner, so he knows the pit entry rules, meaning that's allowed.
Yeah, you are allowed to do in this league. You're allowed to, as long as you don't cut a driver up coming in the pits, you're allowed to do that.
Oh, that'd be some move if it was around the outside into the pit lane. I'd be able to watch that all day. As Legend has gained 4 tenths in the pit lane. Not bad.
Well, Ferrari pit crew doing their job.
But Tom Robb, actually, hold on a second. Legends jumped Tom Robbo. No, Legend was always ahead of Tom Robbo. Never mind. Tom Robbo has got the gap a lot closer. I forgot Tom Robbo had a grid penalty. To be fair, he had a very fast start. And he was in third, but pretend it didn't happen. Pretend it didn't happen.
I think because Tom Robbo got that grid penalty, I think that may cover him from the stewards, I think, because he got a game grid penalty. Tom Robbo was on the curb there. He's very lucky not to spin it. He was very close to the gravel there. Tom Robbo is really harrying this car. He wants to get in DRS a legend, but I think he's overdriving a little bit at the moment. He's getting a bit leery in the curbs. He's got to be careful. He can't do that in this sector because unless he'll be around.
Robin West now, the man who was under pressure from J. Cole, is now pressuring J. Cole. So,
yeah.
A bit of a switcheroo for the Alpine AlphaTauri team, as it is Robin looking to make the move stick. The ERT man, the highest ERT runner as of now. The back three are all ERT runners. Of course, ERT, one of the main sponsors here at One Hub Racing. Make sure to go check them out. Tom Roberts is the fastest lap of the race, but it's not enough to get him into the DRS of TF Legend. The Dutchman driving for the mainly Dutch team is hunting down the Swissman.
Yeah, I think you find Sambo as the top ERT runner, but in the lead. But Robin is really.
Whoa, I'm not on form tonight. That was that's a few mistakes. Oh, Mane, he's not on form either. He's around. The Haasman has had a spin through 8, and that's definitely a front wing shattered. Yeah, his front wing's gone from 0 to 100. He's lucky to be still in this race. That was a high-speed collision for the Haasman through turn number 8, and your Alkali-sponsored Haas car, very, very lucky to still be in this one. Very lucky. He was looking well as well, was Mane. He was doing a good job.
Good form. Yeah, Montana is going to close the back in now. Montana, it's not what Montana wants. He didn't want to catch his car in this section because he may lose time as Mane wisely just takes to the escape road. He's got to be careful when he rejoins. He doesn't get in anybody's way. There's very close.
Mane! He's gone. Leslie Rosenberg was really quick on the brakes, and he's under so much pressure from the Williams of Tom Robbo now. Here comes the Williams now to the outside. He's going to absolutely capitalise on this, and so is his teammate. As it looks like Tom has backed off almost there.
I think Tom maybe did a sporting thing there. I don't know, maybe.
Or he just wanted the DRS.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, Legend lost a second there. He lost a second with that instant. I mentioned that. Very
lucky not to break away. He ran as the back of Mane.
Yeah, to mention Mane had to be. Obviously, he's Mane. He's got the damaged car. He has to rejoin the track safely. And
I don't think Mane thought Legend was there. I thought he just thought it was Montana who went through. I don't think he knew the Ferrari was actually that close.
Yeah, well, I know Legend lost time, but be thankful he hasn't lost the wing but the other problem is that's allowed Tom Robbo on the back here, and he's lost a second, so it could have been a lot worse for him, but it's still not good to see as obviously just through no fault of his own he lost out there with Samba in the lead. How far can Samba go on his mediums? Do you think Samba's going for the medium, going to run the softs at the end, or I wonder if he might do softs in the middle, because the soft tyres, you will have to run them at some stage. Yeah.
Speaking of softs in the middle, Mane is on the softs. Thank you, Jess, for pointing that one out in the stream chat, but Mane has gone for the softs, so God only knows. I don't know if he wanted to go on them.
No, maybe.
We'll wait and see. Here comes Tom Robbo. Is he going to go for the move? He's not. He backs off very, very late into the chicane. He backed off there, and he's just fancying sticking behind Legend. No ambition to catch his teammate. His teammate currently leads the championship by 20 points exactly.
Yeah, so he's a race win ahead. So
here comes Robin. Still hasn't found a way past J. Cole.
No, Robin. J. Cole's defending well, and so Robin's looking a lot more comfortable on these medium tyres than he did on the softs, and the softs his car was not that nice, so he's set up, he's definitely more suited to the medium tyres as Henry and Chalkers, obviously the two guys who came to ERT stalemates came together final lap, they're fighting over 11th place, and Mane on all the guys at the back of Instance, they've got a lot of work to do. Robin gets a time penalty, that may come cost at the end. Spain's a track where you don't tend to get too many time penalties, so that's
really turn 9 where he got it is kind of the biggie for getting penalties.
Yeah.
Maybe
it
turn
is.
16 as well if you're not careful. But just talking about our race leader for a moment, Mr. ERT Samba, last week's Driver of the Day winner, as nominated by the fantastic Jamie in the commentary box. His tyres are currently on 37%, which is not bad for 10 laps around Catalonia. That is not bad at all. We could see an interesting strategy. Of course, he has to do the 2 stops. But he would love to take a win for Red Bull. Last time we came here in the Pinnacle tier to particularly Barcelona, Catalonia, it was Netski for Mercedes who won the race, head of a Ferrari and head of a Red Bull. So that was ERT Josh for Red Bull. ERT Samba would love to carry the ERT name back onto the Spanish Grand Prix podium. We've been here for 9 seasons. We've had 19 races in total. That is not including the ones that have happened this evening in the Prospect, the points tier, the many other tiers. I hope I've got them right. But the many other tiers we have here in One Up Racing. If you want to join any of them, make sure to check out our Discord server. You can find that in the description, I believe. But back to the racing now. Robin still can't find a way past J. Cole. J. Cole just doing enough down the straights.
Yeah, he's running on maybe a little bit less wing, and Robin's maybe. J. Cole's got a lot of battery as well, so J. Cole's in a good position on battery, so he's not using too much battery either, so J. Cole's really managing this quite well. As Tom Robbo gets a time penalty,
yeah.
he went a bit wide in the last corner. Yeah, that's another dangerous place. As Montana's lead is slowly building up, it's about around 3 seconds now, so that's a perfect buffer for Legend. Legend's not really in an undercut range. He needs to be a little bit closer, but I think he's got to be more careful of Tom behind, who is... Well, he's not really going for an overtake at the moment, but I think he has to be a bit more aggressive now.
Here comes J. Cole. J. Cole's been pushed onto the curb. And that's Nick around in the middle sector, but we'll stick with this battle. That was a great move from Robin. J. Cole was pushed on the curb, but Robin's racing. J. Cole's got the run, though. Can he defend even longer? Oh, he's had a bit of a half spin. No, it's a full spin. And J. Cole's around, and the Ralph Terry is into the side of the Alpine, and it's a bit of contact there. Somehow Robin has got away scot-free, but J. Cole, unfortunately, is not, and he will fall to 8th position. That was not Nick round in the middle last sector. That was Khalifa, who you can see retired from the session. But really unlucky for J. Cole.
Has he crashed in the pit lane? 'Cause his car is stationary. It's not moving. I wonder if he's crashed in the... No, he's moving again.
Yeah, I think he was... Don't really know what happened there, to be fair. But
oh, it was in his box, that's why. Yeah. So there shouldn't be a safety car for a car retiring in the pits, so we should be okay. What a shame for Jake all day. He was making good progress. He was having a good battle, and I'm not sure. I didn't really see that, so I can't really judge on that. Oh, right, yeah,
just got on the curb. As this Mercedes could cause a bit of a hassle. This Mercedes could cause a right hassle for Tom, and that means it's a bit of payback for Legend. Legend was held up by Mane earlier, and Tom's been held up by the AI car of Khalifa. One thing I want to point out here with Tom, just from these 6 rounds we've had, is he doesn't go for the move instantly. We've seen in Abu Dhabi, he sat behind, was it Samba, I believe? I think it was. Or was it Henry? It was Samba or Henry. Spinner.
Nick spun round again, sorry.
Oh, Nick's gone. That's unfortunate.
Oh, no, that's Khalifa's car, sorry. That's Khalifa's. Sorry about that confusion. But yeah. What's that with Tom Melville?
He doesn't go for the move and then ends up losing way too much time and then falls down to 5th or 6th.
I argue, if you were a bit more aggressive Abu Dhabi, you'd have won that race. You'd have been in a position that... Because you would have been ahead of... Henry, and you probably would have won the race. So he's costing him. Yeah, I don't know if it's tactical or not, but it's a bit.
Oh man, he's gone. Same corner again. That's turn 7. This could go to safety car.
Safety car, right into the track. So yeah, this
should go to safety car. As Montana's just got a crucial move done on Conzo, but Conzo would be pitting anyways if we did go to safety car. Is this not even going to be a VSC?
No, we don't tend to get safety cars in this tier, I've noticed.
We haven't had a safety car in the last 2 races, and they were at China. And then the one before, I can't remember. But,
no, the car's clear now.
That's a weird one. Thought that would have definitely been a safety car.
Not even a VSC. I'm quite shocked by that. But yeah, Mane had that great first stint, and that mistake where he lost his wing, it's just gone all wrong for him. And now everybody who's in this race, if you just finish, you'll score a point as Samba. How long is Samba going to go? Is Samba maybe tempted to do the double soft?
To be fair, he has extended his lead. It was 7 seconds, now 8.2.
Yeah, Montana in 8 seconds back, and Montana I think just managing things. He's not don't think he's going full tilt yet. He's just trying to. He's in a good position and he doesn't want to burn out these tyres too much. I think
Samba will be pitting soon though, because his tyres are on 50%. So we may be seeing him pit. He's in now actually. Samba.
Yeah, he's done a qualifying lap on that tyre as well, so that's an extra bit of. So yeah, decent first hit though for him.
Very good stint.
What tyres will he go for?
I reckon it's mediums. It is. So instead of mediums, he'll go medium, soft.
Console's in as well.
And that promotes Legend back up to second, and Tom back up to third. That will promote Robin West up into fourth. Oh no, it might not actually. The Red Bull Samba has got out of the pit lane in fourth position. Now that changes things.
Yeah,
Samba in these races has always come into his own in the second stint. Because he does this thing where he always goes longer and then has much fresher tyres and he always finds a gap. So keep an eye out for Samba because he's on the charge.
He's not that far behind the leaders either. He's not a great. He's not that far behind second and third. So yeah, he will be quicker in these next 4 or 5 laps. He'll be quicker than these guys. How much time can he gain in these next 3 or 4 or 5 laps before these guys pit again?
Well, so Tom Robbo, just to give you an example, his tyres are on 33 as the highest. Legends is on 27. Samba is of course on 2, but Montana is on 28. So Montana actually. Legend, the best of the 3 so far.
Yeah, I'm annoyingly not getting the interval for Samba, so I can't see the time gap. So
there we go, it's up now, 7.5.
Yeah, so it's not great, not that far behind really, considering he'd be around second lap quick, I'd say, than these guys in these next 2 or 3 laps. So
we'll keep an eye. I'll keep you updated on the lap times. It was purple first sector belongs to J. Cole, purple middle Montana, and then a purple last sector was on the last lap by Samba.
Yeah. Speaking of J. Cole, he's trying to recover and he's on the back of his old mate Conzo here fighting over 7th place, and J. Cole he maybe can still recover to maybe get another top 5 finish, but which is a shame for him because he could have maybe been close to he was closing on the guys ahead. Him and Rob Mess working really well, and that incident, which I'm pretty sure will. Oh, he loses it again. J. Cole's car's looking very nervous amongst the curbs. So we've got Matter and Nick and Henry and Chalkers all fighting over 9th place. Nick's a bit of a train at the moment for these guys behind. As will Matt go for the move here? I think Henry's looking the more likely.
Here goes Henry down the inside. Goes the Aston Martin. Apologies. He's got it done, you know. That's a good send. Now he can attack Nick. Can Henry? Henry, of course. He's currently 5th in the championship. Nick only scored his first points last week. So it's not really where Henry belongs, but it's where he's found himself.
Yeah, it was all caused by that incident qualifying, because he would not have been Wales on the grid without that incident qualifying. That's what caused him the collision. I'm not sure what happened at the start, because I
genuinely don't know. I just seen the Aston Martin would have destroyed front wing. Here comes J. Cole attacking again, and the thing about J. Cole is we're saying he's really unsteady under the curves, but he's so fast down the straights, so he's paying for it in the corners, but he is making it up down in that big start-finish straight. Although he just can't get close enough out of that final sector to get a go at Conzo. Neither can Tom Robbo, because he's sat behind the Ferrari of Legend, and Legend has actually gained a little bit on Montana in recent time. Their last lap was the 10th quicker for Legend. That's good to note. Samba, though, is not really catching as much as he'd like.
No, he's a couple of tenths lap. That's not going to do it for him. He may.
He's still catching, though, so he is making small progress.
And his tyres are a bit temperature now, so we may see as he's gained a lot in the last corner there. He's gained about 3 tenths in the last corner. It's maybe a fast lap.
Oh, here comes Tom Robbo. No, just backs off, and that's what he does every time. That could cost
Bobbin's
him,
in the pits, but this is his second stop, so he'll be going a set of mediums to the end. the only tyre really for me. You cannot go softer and you will never get them to the end of that stage. So yeah, Robin has a very short stint on the medium. So
here comes J. Cole. J. Cole's finally got the run on Conzo, and he's going to go down the inside. It's going to be a really easy pass for the Alpine man. One AlphaTauri in the pit lane. One AlphaTauri loses a spot to XL J. Cole, who's third in the championship. He's 1 point ahead of Legend. He's 2 points ahead of Henry. So the battle for third is well and truly on here in the championship. Tom Robo's gained a little bit on Legend, but it's not as much as he'd like, and Henry can still not get past Nick. So Nick doing a very nice job here. Really, really nice.
Yeah, Nick, he's really crafty race. He's got really good racecraft, and he's not an easy guy to overtake. Even though Henry's a good driver, Henry's got really, I think, surprised Nick into a move, because Nick knows his racing. He's been here since season 1. And he knows how to race. Robin's like come out on the hard tyres. I think Robin must be struggling for tyre wear tonight, because the hard tyre is not the optimal tyre in any sort of two-stop race. Because Henry's still not really getting near close to Nick. Henry's got to get a good X out the last corner, and he may be in the position to overtake as J. Cole is starting to pull away from Conzo now in 6th place. As Henry, look how close he's in this. Now, can Henry get a good run through here? He's almost pushing Nick through this chicane, but this chicane, I think, ruins it more than anything, because if he just so difficult to stay close, but he's got to treat it now.
He's got to run here. Just quickly speaking about this battle, the Matter is currently setting PBs this lap. Not the one he's just finished, the one before that was a PB. But here comes Henry. He's finally got a run on our owner, Nick, and that is Henry up to 8th spot. The Mercedes powered Aston Martin beats the Mercedes Works car.
Matt's round!
Oh, Matt's round! Oh no, the McLaren. We could say that's a commentator's curse, because he was setting PBs, he was flying. Oh, but he's just lost it there, and he's down the back.
Yeah, Robin's through, Matt. He fancy run at Nick there. He just get that curb a little bit too much, and if you get your wheel inside that curb, it is an automatic spin curb, and as Robin almost goes off there. I was on board with Matt, and I saw Robin almost dip it into the gravel, but he's okay. But yeah, Matt obviously involved in that first turn incident. It was the pit straight incident, and not having such a good race tonight, but he's still on for points. Stay in the race. Here
comes Tom Robo. Tom Robo's finally got the move. He's finally got enough straight line speed, and he's past Legend to make it a Williams 1-2. But that move is taking about 10 laps too long for Tom Robo, and he has that 3-second penalty. Lakitu's trying an undercut. Samba has made little to no inroads because of the DRS of Tom in front of him, who was in front of him. That is a big thing about DRS around this track. You just can't really gain. As Henry sets a fastest lap on 16-lap-old mediums. Have a bit of that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he's had the pace. It's just unfortunate at the start, because he is showing the pace. That performance lap times very close, and they're quite impressive. And obviously, he did get the DRS from Nick. But yeah, that is a great lap by Henry. And Henry just trying to make a recovery drive here. Henry may have a shot at third in the championship, and I'd say he's showing never give up. As Montana, you know, if you meet this, the pit window is on mediums now. So these guys, I wonder if Legend may come in and fancy a cheeky. Legend, I think, will do the opposite what Tom Alp does here. I think if Tom stays out, Legend will come in. So we'll see what happens here.
Exactly that. Absolutely exactly what has happened. Legend into the pit lane to try the undercut as Tom Roberts set the fastest lap. Legend picks up a 5 for speeding in the pit lane.
So his advantage is gone. His advantage gone, because that unless it's a late safety car, that will get added onto his face time in the race. He's another set of mediums. No surprise there. It was a bit of
He's been held in the pit. Oh, lag. Apologies, lag. That was just...
Yeah.
Legend is on the back of a P12 and a P10 finish. And he's going to find himself behind J. Cole here, I think.
No, he's
miles up the road. He's miles up the road.
So at least he's come out in clean air, but it is not the easiest to pit entry. It's so easy. The line does come up quite fast. Obviously, you come off a banked corner effectively in the pit. So you've got Matt and Lakita going side by. Lakita's filling his fresh tyres. No surprise there. As Lakita's got 9 seconds of time penalties. That's a lot of penalties around here. So Lakita, he's going to drop down the order quite a lot by the end of this race. As Tom's got that penalty, which will probably... He's looking... I don't know, is Tom looking quicker than Montana at this stage of the race? Tom looks like he's gaining.
Montana was struggling. That's what I did notice, that Tom had gained a little bit on Montana. He's in. Tom is in. It'll be mediums to the end, because he's starting on the softs. He's going to nail the braking. He does. So, let's see. Can Legend push the outlap here? Of course, did have that speeding in the pit lane, which was not pretty by any standards. As Samba is definitely going softs at the end of this race, folks. So keep an eye on him. Here comes Tom Robbo in the box. There's the Williams Racing crew. Ooh, smooth as ever. Smooth as ever.
Legend's got a massive undercut here. Who's going to be...
There goes Legend. He's passed again. Yellow flag sector 3. It's Matt again, unfortunately, as Tom Robbo was jumped by the Ferrari man in the pit lane. But he is about a lap fresher tyres to Tom Robbo. So,
can he stay in the DRS?
He needs to.
He's just in the DRS, yeah, he's using his battery to stay in the DRS, because Legend, obviously, look, Tom's tyres will not be 100%, will be top to the end of the lap where he'd be getting the full grip again, but yeah, he's doing what he can stay in the DRS, and yeah, Samba on the soft tyres, he may come back at these two. Obviously, Samba, these medium tyres, we've seen guys set the fastest laps at the end of the stint, so these medium tyres do hang on, so it's not, if Samba can get this to around lap 25, 26, which he should do easily, then he will definitely go on soft to the end. As
Montana's in,
yeah. Covering off the guys behind, he should be...
Still, they're going to get a little bit of an undercut here. So if this is any form of a slow stop from Montana, he could find himself in a bit of a spot of bother. I can't really see it, to be fair. He has been very, very clear and cool in this one. Williams' last garage, I imagine he's just lagging, and that's not a slow stop. No, it's not, but that's the fastest lap of the race for Legend. This is going to be a lot closer than it was. This could possibly be DRS window for Legend Rosenberg of Ferrari, and I think Montana needs a good first sector here, needs to not let Legend in. Legend is just on the brink of the DRS, and this really depends on who gets the best few sectors, because if Legend can get the DRS of Montana, that brings Montana's teammate Tom Robbo back into this fight. Montana with the overcut, it hasn't worked. He wasn't trying to gain a spot, he was just covering off, but I think he might have just done enough here, because yeah, he's just done enough.
Got a lot of battery left to burn, so yeah, he's just about going to be okay, yeah, just about, and you can use a bit of battery down this straight to sort of cover it even further, but yeah, Montana's very lucky there, because that's like a nearly 2.5 second undercut Legend had there. Another, I tell you what, that was a lot closer than I thought it would be. I knew they'd definitely gain, but I wasn't expecting to.
Yeah, I thought maybe a second-ish, maybe the 2 seconds, but he gained a lot. Montana makes a mistake through this final chicane. Legend is invited back, but no, Legend's the one who's made the mistake. He's gained a bit. Yeah, no, he's not gained a bit. He's lost 3/10. Montana's so good through that chicane today.
Yeah, in qualifying, it's like qualifying took so much more curb than everybody else. His Legend does set the fastest lap, but I think Montana will smash that in this lap if he gets his tyres in the best window. That's where Montana's getting his time last sector. I think in the first 2 sectors, you could argue Legend's a little bit quicker, but that final sector where all the corners are, just so much more confidence. He has done all season, and Samba's still in the lead, and how much Montana will surely gain on him by a few seconds. And the pit loss round is about 19-20 seconds, so Samba will be waiting for J. Cole to maybe. J. Cole will pit, and Samba should come out ahead of Konzo, but I think Konzo's on the same strategy as Konzo's on the same strategy as Samba, so it's...
Yeah, so take a look at Konzo. He won't be on the podium, I don't think, in this one, but the thing about Samba is he's no penalties, and Tom Robbo and Legend both do, so he doesn't have to actually pass them on track, just catch up to them. And famous quote: it's a lot easier to catch someone than it is to pass them. This has been a better lap by Legend. Still not in that DRS, but he's still hunting on Montana's back.
Lakitu
is having some issues. Here comes Tom Robbo. Legend's all out of ERS, and Tom Robbo fancies a pop at his teammate, because he's now up to what is second after the pit stops, and 9/10 of a second, a good lap from Tom Robbo. We could see the two Williamses have a bit of a scrap here. Teammates have collided here in the past at this very corner, turn number 4. Nico Rosberg, former Williams racing driver. I don't know what narrative I'm trying to create here, but it could well happen, as Tom needs a big 7 and 8 here. Needs to get in that DRS. Needs to get in the DRS. He's not got it.
I don't think he is. No, Montana's a great run through there. Used a bit of his battery, and You know, he's got a lot more battery. These guys are draining their battery in their fight, and Montana. Ooh, he gets a little bit too much curb there. And that may invite Tom Robbo back, but we know how good Montana is in these last two corners.
We'll have a look and see. What can Montana do? He's under a lot of pressure here. Needs to nail this, but so does Tom Robbo. Tom Robbo has had a very, very good middle corner. He's got it. He's got it. That's a very good final sector for Tom Robbo. His teammate has been superior, and there opens the back wing on the Williams racing car, and we are joined once again with the top three. Montana, though, look at his gap just disintegrate because the DRS. And we're going to see Samba in soon as well for the softs, so keep an eye on him. Henry has gone with a set of softs now. He's on 10th, as that's J. Cole and Konzo in, both for a set of the softs. J. Cole went really long on that second stint, and he's in for the softs. That allows Chalkers up to 5th, who has completed 21 laps on the set of mediums.
Yeah, shout out Shaw, because they're trying to make the best of it after lap 1.
His front left is on 81%.
He needs to pit. He needs to pit this lap. He might
get
a
in
puncture.
The pit lane. You're going to get a puncture, Chalkers. Get in the pit lane.
Holding for the softs, and he will surely get softs at the end now. Just needs to pit this lap as a.
Come on, Chalkers, you can do it.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's only 5/10 off his PB.
Yeah, no. These softs do hang on. They do hang on. They don't really drop off as I've lost all the time.
Samba's in.
Yeah, for softs. And Tom Robbo has got a lot of straight line speed, I've noticed. In that last DRS, he gained a bucket load of time on Montana. He saved a bit back with this lap, so he won't be going for it yet, but he needs to, if he wants to win the championship, he has to get this move done somehow, because he cannot.
Yeah, he needs to win this race.
Fiddle.
But he has the 3 seconds, so we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Chalker stays out! Oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me. I think he's forgotten. That's a two-stop.
Well,
oh no, he couldn't pick because he gave him the notification that his teammate was in the pits.
Yeah, he would have lost time. Mind you, I don't think he would have.
No, he wouldn't have, but still he got the notification.
Yeah.
Samba's only come out 3.4 seconds behind these, seemingly.
Yes, Samba.
No, that's a graphical glitch. Not a chance that's 3.4 seconds.
It's 12 seconds. Oh, no, it's 10 seconds, sorry.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense.
The top three were in a second of each. Other.
The top three all within a second of each other. That is a visual glitch for Samba. He's way behind that than 3.4 seconds. Yeah, Montana is still in the best spot here, as he's no penalties. I'm unsure to what warnings he has. He only has one
warning. Yeah. Jacob gets a penalty, that's going to hurt him in his battle with Konzo as Tom Robbo. He's going to have to go for it, surely he cannot.
Here he goes, the Williamsman. No, look at him lifting. He's lifting off. What's he doing that for?
He's got a penalty.
He needs to win this race.
Yeah, he's got a penalty. He needs to pull a gap, and Legend and Samba's going to gain on these guys. If these guys keep battling, Samba will. He'll gain these guys, and he may get them on penalties. So he's got to get this new.
And the thing about Tom is, it's not as if he can get it removed because he's 4 warnings. So unless he can get 2 removed, then we'll see from there. But
yeah, and now this Shearer's put directive out that you only get a penalty, you only get warning removed if you're forced off track by a car. I don't think Tom did for any of his, so he probably won't get it removed anyways. If anything, Legend wills him the quicker of the 3, but he's in the DRS trade. He can't do anything about it. He just needs to Williams to sort of. I don't know what Tom's game plan is. I'm quite shocked he didn't go for it there, because I think he had to run that last lap.
Yeah, unless he's just hoping Montana makes a mistake. But like, if you're waiting on Montana to make a mistake,
wait a long time.
You're waiting on the space shuttle mission to come back again. As here comes Montana, gets a run out of the final corner again, and now Legend is really looking for a go on Tom Robbo. The Ferrari-man wants to make it a bit of a Williams sandwich, and he wants to be the filling. As he's lifting off as well. These guys are all just lifting off. And now Samba sets the fastest lap and has gained almost a second on them.
Smashed the fastest lap there.
But why wouldn't he? Sure, they're all lifting on the straight, although he has really struggled through the first corner.
Yeah.
He's going to struggle because they have DRS.
I think Samba's too far back as J. Cole passes Robin on them
Robin
hard
is struggling on the hards.
Yeah.
Legend's almost pushing Tom through the corners.
I don't think Samba's gonna I wonder if these guys are just staying back in DRS and maybe just hoping that'll help them pull the gap to Samba. Though I think they realise that the race win is out the window, and maybe just in DRS.
Tom now has 5 warnings, so if he gets another one, that now will allow Legend back up to second.
Yeah, Tom's really...
This is what we're saying about Tom. Oh no, this could change.
Henry's out.
Henry out. This could be a safety car, and we have a virtual safety car. It's going to go upgrade it.
I can't.
It is. It is.
Wow.
And the classical ending. What are the Williams going to do? Tom is in. Legend's in as well. Montana stays out, and it will be Samba up to second here, surely, with no penalties.
Yeah. Wow. This could be Samba's opportunity, and.
Is it just like Abu Dhabi? Was it always Montana's race to lose, and he will lose it? He did an Abu Dhabi to an ERT man.
Yeah, surely Chalkers will pit now, surely.
Yeah, how is Chalkers still
laps.
running?
What's his front tyre on? It's on 92%. What?
Drive to the tyres.
Fair play.
Yeah, round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, in the street chat for Chalkers.
Everybody's going to be in apart from Montana. Montana is...
Why is Collins on pit? He's on 2-lap old softs.
I don't know, maybe he's the free pit stop, I guess. Maybe going fresher softs.
Yeah, but he would have been in about 6th position. He would have been 5th, actually.
That's baffling, I don't know.
Oh, I don't get the strategies. I don't get them.
They are a bit weird, but...
The 4.655 kilometre circuit of Barcelona, Catalonia has puzzled me today.
Interestingly, though, Montana hasn't caught up to the back of safety car yet, so Montana can still pit if he wants to, but he will lose the place to Samba. So, what do you do if you're Montana? What do you do?
Legend has served his 5 seconds as well, by the way, so he's now in the running.
Yeah.
Tom can't serve this because it's a time.
I think Montana has to pit here. He has to pit here, I think, because he could be defenceless on the mediums. He's staying out. Fair play. Obviously. Well,
sticks to his
when the
guns.
safety car come in, will it be DRS when the safety car? If it comes in on lap 31, there will not be DRS. So I don't think there'll be DRS to the end. So maybe that's in Montana. So I guess Samba's in again.
What?
He's in again, Samba. He's going to lose the place to Tom
Samba?
and Legend. I don't know.
I
put
don't
Montana with the guy in. I bet Montana wishes he pitted now.
And now it's Tom Robbo behind Montana.
Yeah. And this... and Tom Robbo will surely go for it to reach that, because if he gets by, he could in theory pull the 3-second gap if he gets by, so...
I don't get some of these. Obviously, I'm not really a strategy man, I'm a commentator.
No, I'm not.
But I do a bit of racing, and I kind of don't understand why Samba's pit. Was his tyres that bad after 2 laps?
No, and considering it's only been like a 2-lap sprint at the end, has Samba thrown away the race win there? I think he has, you know. Oh, that's baffling. Unless you have to do a little bit,
okay, we have a comment.
Damage.
The game put Samba on used softs.
Oh, right, oh, so he wouldn't have got
that makes sense, actually. Why
he's on fresh softs now, according to Taz. So,
Thank you to... don't really have to read out the name. Barney Goatmere for that comment. Never guess what Dutchman that's named after. But wouldn't it be good to see in the F1 broadcast just Crofty thanking Pogmere for the comment or whatever. Oh
yeah. I know.
Anyways, back to the serious stuff. Well. Deja vu back to Abu Dhabi, anyone?
Yeah, well, Abu Dhabi also in this tier as well, because remember Henry was in this position Montana was in, and he actually managed to hold on and win the race, obviously with some very assertive driving, so yeah. Any of these guys can win.
I can't lie, I'm like a giddy kid at Christmas waiting for this safety car to come in.
It should come in the end of this lap.
Has to come in the end of this lap, I think, because we have to 2 laps of racing.
Yeah, I don't think Matt will catch up, so he might catch up, I don't know, but
I don't think so, which is very unlucky for Matt.
Yeah, I think Nick will, but I don't think Matt will, no.
But we'll get some points anyways. If he can survive the final 2 laps, he'll pick up a point or two.
This is going to be a chaotic final 2 laps.
Yeah,
this is
going to be chaos. But the only thing with Montana here is that his teammate has that 3-second time penalty.
Yeah.
And you know, what I was saying about Montana's tyres, he's no slouch. He is leading the championship by 20 points for a reason. But in Abu Dhabi, he did get spun on the final lap.
Yeah, and in theory, Tom could, in theory, he's got to see his opportunity at safeguard in this lap. Now, how will Montana take this restart? Will he?
He's very fast through the final corner, so honestly, if I was Montana, I would go before then.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not Montana, and there's good reason behind that.
No, no, I'm not either. He's back in the field up, waiting for that safety car to come.
Yeah, he is taking it nice and slowly. Try let the soft runners get a bit of heat out of their tyres, but the softs can light up a lot easier than old mediums can. Do not go anywhere. This will be poetry on a racetrack. As we go racing in Barcelona, Montana has got a fantastic restart ahead of his teammate Tom Robbo. Tom is going to have to do a lot because he has to defend and attack, but the best form of defence is attack, and he's charging to try and get past his teammate. It's not going to be enough. Legend Rosenberg is up the inside, but it's not enough. He can't brake. Tom brakes a lot later and is now pressuring Montana around turn number 3 to try and make the move. We've seen teammates collide up here throughout the years. Will it be 2 more? Is Tom... No, he's backed off again. I don't think Tom realises he's a 3-second penalty here. But Tom Robbo could have gone up the inside, didn't take the risk, would rather take the 1-2 for Williams. The 2 Red Bulls are looking fairly feisty here as well. Remember, Samba doesn't have a penalty, neither does Legend. Will Tom get the run down towards turn number 10? Montana's almost held on for 1 lap. Can he hold on for possibly 1 more? Tom has run wide, almost picking up a 2nd penalty. Legend needs to get past Tom ASAP if he wants to win this Grand Prix. The Dutchman only needs to pass Montana on track, doesn't need to pull a gap, but he needs to get past the Williams' teammate as well. Montana was really struggling on these tyres, you can see, because every single man in the field has better tyres than him. The Matter did catch up at the end, by the way, so he's still in the fight for the top 10. Heading on to the final lap, lap 33, Max Verstappen, number 33, took his first win here. Will we see a first win this evening? Tom Robbo surely has to go for the move now. He's got to get it done. He's got to go up the inside. We're on board with the Ferrari man as Tom Robbo takes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. Can he manage to hold that though? Because he has to pull 3 seconds. Legend is right behind Montana. He hasn't won since Belgium. He's on the back of 2 very poor results. Can he chuck one up the inside here into turn number 4? No, he's going to wait possibly till turn number 10, but Montana doesn't have the tyres. It's side by side. The Ferrari man swaps him in and out. Oh, he's almost made contact with the Williams. We've seen a very similar move by Pato O'Ward in IndyCar at a very similar corner in recent weeks, but it has not worked out. Legends actually hit the back of the Williams. Samba could be in with a shout here. Is that Legends chance gone? Can Montana just hold on for 1 last straight? It's going to be a big send if it is one for Legend. He's not close enough. I think his chance is gone. He's going to have to absolutely send this one through the final corners. This could be a drag race to the line. This is really close, and I think Legend's chance might have gone. Has Montana just did enough? It's his fastest sector of the track. Legend has gone in way too deep. Samba could possibly get the chance here, and under every circumstance was against them. The mighty Swissman reigns glory in Spain. Montana wins the Spanish Grand Prix ahead of Legend in 2nd. Samba gets on the podium, and Tom only finishes 4th.
Yeah,
but with the pace Tom had, did he bottle the race by not going for it at the first opportunity?
Well, I think what had cost him was qualifying when he ran the back of the Aston Martin. That cost him because he started way back on the grid, and without that, he maybe could have won the race. Because I think arguably he was maybe quicker than Montana today. I don't know. He just seemed to have the pace, and he was a bit conservative in that first stint, and that might have cost him, because. See, I think Montana maybe just let his teammate go at the final lap and just hoping he could hold back. Legend, it worked out well for him, but Tom would be kicking himself because he could have won that race easily. As obviously Montana takes the race win with Legend in second, Samba in third, Tom Obber in fourth. We did have some movers at the end on penalties. Conzo in fifth. Look at Nick in sixth place. Jay Cole in seventh. Chalkers in eighth. Matt in ninth. Robin West in 10th, Lakitu in 11th, Henry in
Hold on a second, I've just realised Nick's in P6!
Yeah!
Nick's in P6! The Canadian man finished in 6th. I can't lie, I was checking to see was there a bit of a drama between Legend. But I'm sorry for interrupting, I'll continue because I interrupted you. Montana, Legend, Samba, Robo, Conzo, Nick in P6, J. Cole, Chalkers. The Matter got 9th in the end. Robin, Lakitu and the DNS were Henry, Mane and Khalifa.
Yeah, shout out for Nick and Conzo avoiding them penalties. Just shows you avoiding them penalties, you can leak up the order. That's incredible.
Ooh, well, that was mildly exciting, I think.
Yeah, it was. Now we've got to think of our driver nominations.
Well, I'm going to go first, and I think this might be about the third week I've nominated him, but it's got to be Montana. And my question to him is going to be, how did you hold on against the mighty fast softs when you were on very old mediums? And simple as that.
Yeah, that's a good question, and I'm going to nominate, I'm a bit biased here, but I'm going to nominate Nick, because I think he shows you they'd never give up spirit, he shows a determination, he avoided them penalties, got a top 6 finish, he's had a bad season, but I think he's off the cold list, I think, for next week for sure. I'm going to ask him, well done, great drive, what were your thoughts when that safety car came out? Did you think this was a great opportunity to gain some places?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what a brilliant end to a Grand Prix. Montana extends his championship lead and he practically has the thing wrapped up almost by now. But, like, would you really want to miss one of them? Honestly, people should just start shooting him for the final 2 laps. It'll probably still be chaos. But any final thoughts on that one, Jimmy?
Yeah, it was a good race, and yeah, I think a lot of guys could have won that race. I think for sure Tom could have won it, Samba could have won it, Legend could have won it, but couldas, woulda, shouldas don't count, I'm afraid. And Montana again shows his class, he shows his race management. He maybe didn't have the dominant pace he has shown in previous races, but it just shows you qualifying the front, you dictate the race, and he dominated as much as he could. And you know, it's just good to see guys like Conzo and Nick get some good results. Obviously, they're guys that have struggled to set this season, and they've shown that they've stuck at it. They've worked hard, and it's good to see them get some top 6 finishes. And yeah, obviously, I think the crowning of Montana is going to be complete soon. But we've got some good racing behind. We've got an interesting battle for third in the championship, and 4 races to go. And I cannot wait for next week, which is around the Interlagos circuit in Brazil.
And if Spain can provide good overtaking in this tier, imagine what Brazil can do. Tune in next week to find out. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you next time.